Alright, so today we're going to be doing the Vickies for the girls, and Peyton loves these underwear. They're always the ones that she picks out first out of the drawer, and she's always wearing them. I've done them in circular knit with bands or the Pico elastic, and then I've also done them in the rayon spandex. And I also did them in some, I think it was nylon spandex, and it totally is great. The nylon spandex ones are awesome because she can also wear them to swim, so that's always a thought. So you're going to need a front piece, a back piece, and then I'm going to be doing bands today. So I have the two leg bands and then I have the waist band. I also wanted to do a little bit of a tutorial on how to add the Pico elastic if that's what you're choosing to do. So with the Pico elastic, you're going to be having the plush side down and you're going to align the straight edge with the raw edge of wherever you're trying to attach it. So then you're going to sew on the top of the elastic. Oh, I'm sorry, I meant with the plush side facing up, not down. So the plush side is facing up, and then the two flat edges are together. So you'll go ahead and sew on top of the elastic, joining them, and then you'll just, I usually use a serger, but then you just flip it under. You would just flip it under, and then you just have this nice little edge. You sew again on the top, then you have this nice little edge. So if you serge it, then there isn't any of the raw edges on the back, which is super nice. If you are going to be doing fold over elastic has essentially like a seam that goes down the middle of it. So you just encase the edges of the undies with the fold over elastic with the wrong side of the elastic on the inside. Alright, so those are the three options. Basically, there's the Pico, fold over elastic, or the bands. And Peyton really loves the bands, so I just usually go with that. So the first step is going to be doing right sides together. You're going to line up the bottom of the front piece with that line that is on the back pattern piece. I transferred it onto my back piece of fabric using a washable marker. You can do that, or you could probably do notches or whatever really works for you. So you're going to line up the bottom of the front piece with that line. And then you're going to sew those together with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. So it'll be right about here. And you'll notice that on the pattern piece, it has this funny little shape, so this is going to be the 1/2 inch line. You just sew right across there using a stretch stitch or a zigzag stitch, whichever you would prefer. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and open that up. And now that it is one piece, you are going to baste along the sides of the crotch lining, holding it in place. So just right here, and then right here. So just right along the sides. Go ahead and baste those into place. So use the longest straight stitch that you have on your machine. Alright, so now with the right side facing up, if you're doing the Pico elastic option, you're going to add the leg elastic now. So go ahead and do with the plush side facing up, align the straight edges. I would find the middle of your plush elastic piece and line it up with the middle of the undies so it doesn't get stretched too far on one side and not far enough on the other side. And then just go ahead and ease it in all the way around and sew on top, fold it over under, and then sew again so that that little scalloped edge is facing up. Hopefully you can see that. I'm going to be doing the band option. So for the band option, you're going to fold right sides together. And then we are going to sew the sides up. Now if you're doing the Pico elastic, after you've attached the leg elastic, you're just going to sew up one side. And then I'll show you the next step. So if you're doing the Pico, you're only doing one side. After you attach the leg elastic, you're not doing both sides. If you're doing the band option, now you're going to be attaching both sides together. And then we're going to turn these bands all into loops. So with right sides together, you're going to sew up the short ends on both of the leg bands. And the waistband. All right, so go ahead and sew those up, and don't forget it's a 1/2 inch seam allowance. All right, now that we have our bands all finished and the side seams are sewn together for the undies, I should probably trim some of these threads. They're a little wild, but you're going to go ahead and quarter all of your bands. So I put one clip on the seam, then I find the opposite side with the raw edges lining up. I put another clip there. And then I match those 2 clips together to find both of the other sides. Find the other one, and you're going to be doing that with the leg bands and the waistband. So for the picot elastic option, you should only have one of the sides sewn up. Then you're going to take your picot elastic and attach it all the way around. Again, find the center of it so it gets stretched evenly, and then clip it all the way around and stitch it on there, and then fold it under on the right side. Stitch it on there and then fold it towards the wrong side and then top stitch it. Once that is done, you're able to sew up the other side, and then the elastic edge will be enclosed in that final seam, and then you're all done. So for the bands, after you've quartered it, you're going to quarter all of the 2 leg holes and the waistband seam. So find the 2 or the 4 center points, I guess you could call them, of both the waistband and the leg bands, or the leg holes, and then attach those together. Make sure that your seam where you attach the waistband to itself is in the center back. And then just line up those clips and attach them all the way around. All right, so now the waistband is attached all the way around, and you'll do the 2 leg holes as well, and then you're all done.